Welcome to Help Desk with Joe. This is show 106, where Joe and his A&M digital technology business brings all good stuff to everybody everywhere. There you go. You're global, Joe. You're welcome. But we're here in Spencer, West Virginia at the Patch Turned Up Off studio, and with me, as always, Justin
Morning.
and Joe.
Morning, guys.
And, show 106, man. We're climbing up in the numbers every day, each week. So it's pretty exciting stuff. You got a lot going on in the world of technology today. We had a week there where there wasn't like a ton of stuff, of interesting stuff. Let me put it that way. Ton of interesting stuff.
Right.
And it seems like this week, man, you've come roaring back with some good technology news.
Yeah, it's funny. Last night when I was looking up the news stories, literally, usually it takes me probably an hour or so, give or take, to track down news stories. And last night, like, literally I had to search 2 sites and I had full coverage. I was like, oh, this is awesome. This is rarity. I like this.
Yeah, and we were talking a little bit before the show that this is really interesting. So I hope people take advantage of the news that you have and the information you have and how that can help them out in their daily lives with all their technology needs and everything else that goes with it. So we'll see. We'll see if this is piquing Justin's interest, and he'll be involved today. Because see how that goes. If he can keep you on track, Joe.
Yeah.
That's the goal for the day. Keep Joe on track.
Justin, I'm just going to give you a heads up. You have a long road to hoe, I'll put it that way.
We're going to be all over the place. Here we go. All right, well, anyway, we'll start off today. You got some interesting news about T-Mobile, and this has been a big topic for you, I guess, and then we always talk about it because I have AT&T, Justin's AT&T. You're T-Mobile. You made the switch a while back, and
right.
Back when it's Sprint, right?
Yes.
And have been keeping us updated all the way through. And you have the personal experience of everything that happens with T-Mobile via Sprint over the last year or two. So exciting stuff. Tell us about T-Mobile, man. What's new?
So T-Mobile,
excuse me.
T-Mobile does a lot of great things, and this is just another little star to add onto their pile of stars. So T-Mobile's latest perk, they're adding 25 cents off a gallon on gas.
What?
Yep.
How's that possible? How do you tie cell phones to gas?
T-Mobile does it. They do this stuff all the time. So, as part of their every Tuesday, they have an app called T-Mobile Tuesdays, and every Tuesday they release giveaways or discounts. I mean, it's crazy stuff. Like a couple months ago, I signed up for MLB TV free the whole season. So, like, I can watch any baseball game at any time, live or on demand, the whole season, free.
Okay.
So, starting today on the T-Mobile Tuesdays app, you can sign up and get 25 cents off a gallon of gas at Shell gas stations.
Just 1 gallon or like 25 cents a gallon for your full fill-up?
Full fill-up.
Every day, all day?
As long as you have on the app, as long as you...
Or is it just like a Tuesday thing?
Let me see here. As more Americans are getting ready to travel this summer, T-Mobile is ramping up perks for its current customers and perhaps hoping to attract new ones. The wireless carrier will offer customers 25 cents off a gallon of gas at Shell gas stations this summer and free connectivity and streaming on flights. The gas discount will be available to all customers through the carrier's T-Mobile Tuesdays app every week from June 21st through the week of Labor Day. So I have my phone right here. I'm going to open up and see what...
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's huge. How can they possibly afford that? Because, like, my big Expedition holds 22 gallon or whatever. So I'm going to do I can do rough math in my head here. So 20 times 30. So that's going to save me like $5.
Yeah.
And
that's basically a free, at this point, it's basically a free gallon of gas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right. $5.
Yep. So it'd save me $5 to fill up. But how do they pay for that?
They must have just cut a deal with Shell for like advertising purposes. Okay, so here's the details. Score a total of 25 cents off per gallon on up to 20 gallons and go everywhere the road takes you this summer. Enjoy 5 cents off per gallon every day with extended gold status no matter how often you fuel up. Plus, for a limited time, take on additional 20 cents per gallon on Tuesdays. And then they have the little legal jargon right below it. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Shell didn't do as good as the other oil and gas companies, but they did do 9.1 billion profit in their first quarter this year.
Also, so do we have to add them to the telethon list?
Well, yeah.
Well, they must be doing okay if they've got this deal with.
Yeah, they're giving
T-Mobile.
some back to T-Mobile, or T-Mobile is willing to pay $5 to fill up, but for the average person, I guess. But $9 billion, they're just squeaking by.
Yeah.
Squeaking by.
So, is there some sort of coupon thing you scan on your phone, or how does it even work? Do you
Well,
pay through the app?
but I just saved it to my T-Mobile gift thing. So, okay, to activate your 20-cent reward plus additional 5 cents from extended gold status. Okay. Okay, how to activate the code. So you click this link inside the app and tap redeem to download the Fuel Rewards app. Create your free Fuel Rewards account. Link a card optional to earn more, and click apply to add your reward. So here's how you save at the pump. You go to the Shell gas station or select gas station to redeem. Before paying, select Fuel Rewards, key in your Alt ID,
Holy cow.
and insert your credit card or debit login information to begin fueling. Limit 1 Fuel Rewards code per person and account. So there we go.
Huh.
So it's a few steps to get there, but at this point,
Yeah, for 20 cents or so off a gallon.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely worth it.
Is it worth $5? Heck yeah.
Most definitely.
I'm going to go all the way back a couple years here, Joe.
Okay.
You turned me to the Exxon app for kale.
Yes.
I still use it. I used it this morning.
Doesn't it make life an easier?
Oh, gosh, it's so nice. The only thing I have to do is turn on my GPS before I get to the gas station, because that's what takes the longest out of that whole deal,
Right.
is for it to find me and then find the station. But, yeah, that's awesome. I like it.
It's like we went to the mountains over the weekend and had to get gas at Sheetz,
Yeah.
and pulled up Sheetz app and doot and done and done and done.
I have the Sheets app, but I don't use it enough. Anyway. But, yeah. Okay. Technology's good most times.
Yeah. It's great when it works.
Yeah. And good tips all the way around. So, okay.
It's crazy though. I mean, they're throwing out a lot of money here on this one.
How many people will use it? And then, yeah, $5 a fill up. That's not too terrible much.
Yeah.
It's a free gallon.
Yeah. I thought it would be more than that.
A million people use it, maybe. 5 million. Yeah, I guess for them that's not that much money.
Yeah.
Gets good PR though.
It does.
Oh
this
yeah.
time.
Yeah, because at the same time, AT&T and Verizon's raising their rates because they can. T-Mobile's going, you know what? We're not going to raise rates, and on top of that, how about we knock a quarter off your gas as well?
Well, T-Mobile's revenue in the first quarter, a smooth $20 billion,
Yeah.
up 1.83%, and today they're up 2.66%. So making some moves.
Mm-hmm.
And this applies to all T-Mobile wireless customers. Just download the T-Mobile Tuesdays app. And honestly, if you're a T-Mobile customer and you don't have this app, you're only hurting yourself because there's free stuff every week.
Nice. Yeah. No, I mean, when they're making $20 billion and Shell's making $9 billion, what can't you do?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm happy they're making it nice for their customers. I mean,
Yeah.
huge bonus.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. By golly, that's a great story, Joe.
I thought I'd start the morning off right.
What is today? Tuesday?
Yeah. It's my Monday, so.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, fantastic Tuesday news for
Yeah.
everybody out there. If you're not a T-Mobile user, you might consider switching if you're in the hunt there, because so far, overall, would you say good switch, Joe, for you?
Oh, phenomenal. The only issues I've had with T-Mobile, especially here lately, have been all stuff that's been completely out of my control, like the major outages we've had. We had one last month that lasted about a day, but like it went from here to Work County all the way up to Wood County. I mean, that was
Like T-Mobile outage?
yeah.
How's that happen?
It was huge. I mean, it was something like it wasn't local to us. It was a major network outage. And then the storms we had last week
Well,
knocked.
hold on. Let's go back to that outage. Is it Do they have their own towers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought they piggybacked on somebody else.
No. They have their own towers.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they had an outage last month. It was last about a day,
Yeah.
but I mean, it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't anything. It wasn't just local to us. It was a huge deal.
Internet and everything out?
Yep.
Oh, my.
Yeah,
Okay.
cellular, internet, everything was down. But I mean, that's an issue you run into with any of them.
Yeah. Daggone. That's a heck of an issue,
Yeah.
especially when you're in the technology business.
But they got it back online, and then the storms we had last week knocked it out for a few hours, but nothing. It's all justifiable. I mean, it wasn't like because it's just bad service. It's,
Right.
You know, we had
Well, I was going to say,
derecho come through.
everybody lost all kinds of stuff in
Yeah.
the storm. Power, you name it. So it was,
Yeah, I did see on the weather reports that they actually did classify it as a derecho.
wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
a lower grade than what we saw in 2012, but
Yeah.
it's like so no wonder, we had cell phone issues and all that.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
It actually blew my TV antenna off the.
Yeah, I remember you coming in and telling me about it. That's crazy.
Yeah, so I was like, oh man, I gotta go back up there. And
More duct tape and zip ties.
yeah. Hey, this duct tape and zip ties held for a while.
Yeah. Got a good 6 months out of that.
Yeah.
Cena, pass me the duct tape. I gotta go fix some stuff. Feel free to throw a zip tie in there.
Yeah, a good one this time.
It's good times when you got to put 2 zip ties together to get to wherever you need to go.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right. Well, next up, Fitbit. Fill us in on Fitbit. Fitbit, I feel like kind of went to the wayside a little bit because everybody's got the Apple smartwatch or Samsung or Garmin
Wise.
or Wise. Yeah. Ooh. got the
Yeah.
Wise.
Yeah.
When'd you get that?
I've had it for about a month or two.
Nice. You liking it?
Loving it. Yeah, I'm waiting.
Have
to
you
do
had
it.
one before? A
No.
smartwatch?
No.
That's
Well,
surprising.
I had the little fitness tracker.
Mhm.
I had the Wise fitness tracker, which it did a lot.
Yeah.
And this one just is even better. So, which is hard to say considering it's a Wise product. They make.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is not a plug for Wise, but Wise, again, if you are listening, please.
Yeah. Gosh.
We will send you our wish list, and trust me, at this point, it's a very short list of stuff that we can review that we have not already bought.
Are they constantly coming out with new stuff, I wonder?
Yeah, I seen something the other day they came out with. They came out with another upgraded scale, which I've not seen. I haven't read up to see what the new perks are with the new scale. But they do come up with. They have a new.
They got a new outdoor camera that has color
Yeah.
night vision.
Yes, and a new pan cam. Oh, and
Wise
I
cam
put
floodlight.
And I put that Doorbell Pro. I just put that up last weekend before last.
Nice.
So, review coming soon with it as well. Oh, they come out with that new lock as well.
A new lock.
Yeah, the Wise Lock Bolt.
Okay. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, they need to help us out for sure because this is ridiculous.
We've sent them enough money.
Oh, the Wise Lock Bolt has a fingerprint unlock.
Yeah.
Wow.
How nice is that? How come they didn't think of that before?
Don't you have to get your phone out?
Well, it has a keypad, but now you just fingerprint yourself in. Man, that's smooth.
My only issue with that is like this version replaces the outside lock,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm not sure what would happen if the battery goes dead. How you gonna get back into your house?
Well, see that I've had the keypad locks before.
Okay.
When the battery starts to go bad, it warns you way ahead of time.
Yeah,
and then if it does go bad, it has a key, but this one doesn't look to have a key.
I was gonna say because my knuckleheadedness, I get that notification. I go, I'll wait till tomorrow, and then I'm locked out of my house.
Yeah. See how far we can push this. And
Bingo.
Not do it right this second.
But yeah, because I have to test it to see, okay, when I get that warning, how much longer can I push this before it just goes completely dead?
Well, it really should. It looks like it has something underneath. I'm sure there's a way to get in.
There's an override somewhere.
Because the ones that we had a key. You could also use a key. So if the batteries went dead, it had a way.
Oh, it shows the power plug charger from the outside. So I
Yeah.
guess worst case scenario, you could run a cable to it long enough to charge it up to get yourself back in the house.
Yeah, I mean,
It says it could last up to a year.
yeah.
Oh, so it takes a USB-C port. Okay, so that wouldn't be too awful bad. I could always,
Charge it real quick with something.
yeah.
It still seems like there should be a fail safe to get in, like a key slot somewhere, but
Now this is what I like. No cloud connection, so it does not connect to the internet.
okay, yeah. So it says if the batteries die while you're away, the USB-C port allows for instant brief charge for you to enter your access entry code.
Okay.
So
So
yeah,
not-
you just have to plug it in real quick with your phone.
It's nothing too crazy.
Boy, I wish they'd send me one.
Yeah, for only $69.99, you think they could send us 3 of them?
Yeah.
Hint, hint, wise.
Yeah.
We're looking at you.
Interesting. All right, all kinds of cool stuff going on. Okay. All right, all right. I don't even know how we got talking about wise. Justin,
Yeah.
man, you had one job.
We were talking about
Fitbit.
fitness
Yeah.
trackers, and Joe
Yeah.
said he used to wear a fitness tracker, and
And
it was
he-
a Wise product.
And then we ended up on a lock.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so at least Justin's keeping record of how we get down these paths.
Yeah.
Yep.
But sometimes I get myself lost, and I'm going, I don't know how we got here, but okay.
Oh, boy. Anyway, Fitbit. Talk to us about Fitbit, Joe.
So Fitbit has been running into issues with their Charge 5 devices, but looks like they are releasing a fix. So Fitbit will fix frequent disconnections for Charge 5 owners. The activity tracker has had problems since at least January. If your Fitbit Charge 5 has had flaky performance lately, you'll be glad to hear that the solution is on the horizon. 9to5 Google has learned Fitbit is promising a fix for frequent disconnections between the activity tracker and its host phone. If you're affected, the Bluetooth connection will spontaneously drop and prevent your wearable from syncing fitness data, whether you're using an Android phone or iPhone. Reports of the problem first surfaced in January. Common solutions like rebooting the Charge 5 have had little effect. Fitbit also hasn't offered a stopgap solution or indicated the likely culprit. There's no timeline yet for the expected patch, and it's not clear how many users have the issue. So they're kind of keeping hush-hush on this, but it's good to know that a fix is coming down the line. So if you have a Charge 5, just hang on just a little bit longer. A fix is on the way.
Oh, man, that stinks. Just hang on.
Yeah.
We'll fix it eventually.
And I don't know how much this thing. Usually Fitbit aren't cheap.
Yeah.
Let me look up the Charge 5, see how much they cost. Holy Toledo Batman, $150 for $150 to $180 for a device
Man.
that is wonky since January. Of course, now they are owned by Amazon, so that kind of makes sense.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, Amazon bought them out a couple years ago.
Yeah, that Charge 5 has a stress level sensor, EDA sensor.
Really?
Detects tiny electrical changes in your skin, designed to measure the perspiration of your hands, which can be a marker for stress.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't have been good for me last week. That thing would have just blown up in my arm.
That's funny.
I don't know. I wonder if that's a universal thing. That, you know, just seems like some people maybe have sweatier hands when they're stressed than others, or I guess it just figures it out what your levels are and
Works
sees
off
if
that.
they're elevated or not. But
Yeah, I mean, my watch does a great job. I have a Garmin, the cheaper Garmin, but
do you track your sleep?
no, I don't wear it when I sleep. But I wear it when I exercise, obviously, and do it throughout the day. And the hot day, I was running bleachers, and it started bleeping red and said my heart rate was too high.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was based off of, but I'm assuming based off my previous exercise stuff. I was like, well, that's interesting because I was winded and I was working hard, but anyway, I was like, that's pretty impressive. A watch figures that out.
Yeah, it's interesting nowadays, just what all the telemetrics that these things can do. I mean, Apple Watch is going as far as helping people detect AFib, which is just crazy. I mean, it's crazy to think a watch can do such sophisticated diagnostics as that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's pretty neat to see. Anyway.
And it's
Fitbit. Don't worry about Fitbit. We'll wait a couple of days.
Yeah.
Sounds like Apple.
Yeah.
Except instead of waiting 2 years to get a feature, you just gotta wait a couple of days or
couple months.
Just hang in there a couple months.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, they're real big there for a while. Fitbit was all the rage, and like you said, David, you don't hear about it as much now.
No. Well, everybody's got a smartwatch now. I mean, Wise has one.
Yeah.
How do you like the watch, Joe?
I love it.
What do you do? What do you use it for the most? You think?
Notifications.
Yep.
And it's waterproof, and yes, I have tested the waterproof. So.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember the days we used to take stuff from Obscenas and put it in water.
Yeah. Well, I actually had Sadie help me test with it. We was at a state bowling tournament, and there was a pool, so we went to the pool, and I told Sadie, I said, you want to help Dad with something? She said, yeah. So we went to the deep end, and I said, here, drop this, and it went straight to the bottom. She goes, no. I said, trust me, just drop it to the bottom. Daddy needs to know if this works or not. So it went all the way to the bottom up, and all the way up, I held the button, and it lit up all the way back up. I was like, there we go.
Yeah. I like where this is going because now Sadie's going to walk by something, say, hey, let me see that. Whoop.
Yeah.
There we go. Test complete.
I helped you, Dad.
Yeah. And you'll be like, time out, what?
Yeah.
I threw it in the river.
Yeah.
We're going to see if that thing works.
Yeah. We're going to see how far it'll float downstream.
Which one do you have?
The 47C.
Okay. I looked it up
Is
here
that
real
the same
quick.
one we've been giving away?
Yes.
It says IP68 waterproof, water resistant up to 2 meters. 6 feet.
Yep.
You threw it in the deep end?
Yep. Well, it was a
hotel pool?
Yeah, so it was only about 5-6 feet deep. So.
Okay. All right. Monitor your blood oxygen levels. That's pretty neat. Sleep monitoring. Control your Wise ecosystem. Huh. 9 days of battery life. Okay. Instant notifications.
Yeah, that's what we've been using for giveaways.
Nice.
And no syncing issues like Fitbit, I guess.
No.
Poor Fitbit.
Yeah.
When Bezos gets back from space, he can address this.
Right.
Yeah, that'll be his first priority.
Yeah. Man. Well, one really good story with T-Mobile and then a not so good story with Fitbit. How are we going to end this up with Microsoft, Joe?
So,
is it going to come in okay, or is it no?
No, there's probably somebody out there that's going to be all depressed.
Oh god.
I'm dancing in the street and there's somebody somebody just shedding tears.
You're dancing in the street.
Yes.
All right.
Internet Explorer?
Yes. How'd you know?
RIP?
Yep.
What?
Yeah. Discontinued.
It's an end of it's an end of an era.
Hold on, I didn't even know if we still used it.
No,
I never used it.
Yeah,
I use Google.
Yeah. Yeah, you're good. Or trust me, we would already had this discussion like a month ago.
Yeah.
Because I've been getting calls for this started last month.
When was the last time? I don't even remember the last time I saw Internet Explorer.
Well, that's good. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah,
I don't even know. Is it even available on the computer? That's what I'm looking now.
Yeah, you have to find it. You have to go down to start and type in internet, and it'll give you the option for Internet Explorer.
Wow. It's not on the desktop.
Yeah.
And this computer's not that new, so.
Well, it's running Windows 10 though.
Right, I'm just saying it's not like,
Right.
At one point they were the kings. I mean, I read.
Oh, I remember.
95% of
the internet
browser use was Internet Explorer for a while there.
Yeah, when everything first came out, the internet first came out and stuff. That's.
Yeah. Now here's some nostalgia. It was the fight between it and Netscape. Netscape Navigator.
Yep.
That little lighthouse.
Yep.
And what's crazy is, now you can go anywhere. There's tons of information out there. Back in the day, can you imagine like the first month of internet stuff, you're just like, where could I go?
Yeah.
All right, there's one computer I can connect to. What kind of files do they have that they're sharing?
Right.
Okay, research papers. Good, good. And then somebody did a picture, and you're like, all right, now we got a picture on the internet.
Yeah, and to think, like, it took you 10 minutes to download the picture, and you just sit there and was amazed and astounded, literally watching every pixel just light up on the screen.
I remember watching the first time a picture got emailed when I was at college. And it's exactly what you're saying. It looked like a bad video game. Just clink, 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 clink. It's just going back and forth, loading pixel by pixel. And I was like, all right, guys, I'll be back in 10 minutes when this gets closer to done.
Yeah.
I can't watch any more load like this. It's ridiculous.
Right.
So one did something, came back 15, 20 minutes later, and it was mostly done. And I was like, all right, a picture, a nice blurry picture. But we were just amazed because we were talking about how, technologically advanced that was to send a picture.
Right.
Through, who knows what.
Yeah, it's funny, showing my age here. A few years ago, it's been several years ago at this point, Cena and I, we were asked to judge and put on this state competition through Skills USA for computer repair.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a team, and we got everything set up, and one of the tasks that we had to set up, or we had the contestants participate in, was they had to offer remote technical support.
Ooh.
But here's the catch: they could not see our screen.
Yeah.
So we'd set them down, and I told Cena, I said, "You're good at just putting people under pressure. Just let them." I said, "Don't make them cry, but
we don't want any tears shed, but
but yeah, get them as close as you can.
We do want it interesting.
So we'd set them down with this scenario, and she would tell them the issue, and it was something simple, like they would just have to tell her, click this, and you're good. But the first question out of their mouth was, well, let me remote in, take a look. She said, I can't. And literally, you just start seeing the deer in the headlight look.
Yeah.
And they said, well, why not? She said, we have dial-up internet.
Oh.
And they're going, what's that?
Yeah,
yeah. and one kid said, you mean that thing that makes all the noise? Cena said, yep. He goes, and literally you just watch the blood just leave his face.
Yeah. How do I make this work without being able to see?
Yeah, you go,
Wow. Yeah, and that's crazy. I remember the first dial-up I got at my house. And you'd sit there and wait for it to connect. It took forever, and, the good old days.
Yeah, I remember my first laptop having an actual phone jack.
Yeah.
And because that was when I was going to college.
Mm-hmm.
And I had good internet at the apartment. When I'd come home, I'd have to string the phone cord out and plug it in, and could only use it at night, so mom and dad could still use their telephone. And
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true. You didn't get any phone calls while you had the internet on.
Unless you was fancy and you had two phone lines coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We did not. Yeah, gosh, man. Can you imagine? Kids today would flip out.
And here's another piece of nostalgia: AOL CDs.
Mm-hmm.
You guys remember those?
I never used them.
I didn't either.
Saw them around.
Really, Dave? As many as they sent out, I started using them as target practice. I still have probably 4 or 5 at Mom and Dad's house buried somewhere.
I mean, I know what you're talking about, but I never used them.
Oh, I didn't either. I used them as target practice.
I did run across somebody, though, that still had an AOL address.
There are very few and far between.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I still have my original Yahoo email from 22 years ago.
Oh, me too. Well, what blows my mind is kids nowadays talking about Snapchat and text messaging and all that. It's like, look, if it wasn't for AOL Instant Messenger, y'all wouldn't have any of this.
Yeah.
So don't act like this is some new technology.
Yeah.
And I seen a picture the other day. It was a picture of a tweet somebody posted online that said, I wish we had the capability to add music to our accounts, so if someone checked our account and we wasn't there, they could lease music.
Oh.
And somebody commented on below, we have finally reached the age where kids are wanting MySpace and have no idea what MySpace is.
Yeah. MySpace is going to make a return. And I remember when MySpace came out, it was a big deal.
Yes. And every time Facebook goofs up or somebody, they're always on this bandwagon of shutting down Twitter or Facebook or going away from it, starting something new. And every time I go, hey, why don't we all just go back to MySpace? Because literally MySpace, there was literally no, we had no grief with MySpace.
Yeah.
So why can't we just go back to that? That's already set
Yeah.
up, and I'm sure they'd appreciate the business.
Somebody made a tombstone for Internet Explorer.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Hold on, let me see.
1995 to 2002.
2022. Wow.
He was a good tool for downloading other browsers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that was the best tool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just never liked Internet Explorer very much for some reason.
No,
No
no.
real reason, I guess, but
Well, my biggest issue is it was just a pain in the butt to get anything done as far as IT stuff goes, because it was always just a bag full of nonsense. And then when Chrome hit the market, that changed everything.
and Firefox before that.
Well,
Yeah.
let's back it up a little farther.
Okay.
You guys know when the first fax was invented? When it was invented?
70s.
Oh no.
Really?
Way farther than that. The first fax ever sent, Alexander Bain, a Scottish philosopher, inventor, and educator. He patented the technology known back then as electric printing telegraph. So the telegraph is the key here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
1900s?
Nope.
1800s?
Yep.
Oh,
Wow.
1843, the first fax was sent.
Well, I heard when after he sent it, he got a receipt and it was something about his car's extended warranty.
Just wanted to let you know your car's extended warranty is about to run out. But yeah, I mean, can you imagine 1843? Because again, telegraph,
Yeah.
didn't like
Yeah.
Morse code.
Yeah.
So that he figured out a way for the to electronic print that telegraph.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, 1843.
That is crazy.
Now, in 1964, Xerox Corporation started using the telephone to transmit actual, what we're familiar with now, faxes.
Wow.
I say actual, that doesn't make sense, but
Well,
the faxes we're
yeah.
familiar with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Modern day
Modern day
fax.
fax,
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That's wild.
Now, in 1850s, the Italian physicist Giovanni Caselli came up with the penulgraph, which is one of the earliest precursors to the modern fax machine.
And here we are in 2022, and it's hard to find a place to send a fax.
Well, I'm just going to say here we are in 2022, and kids can't type for real. They're still chicken pegging.
This is true.
Oh, boy.
It's
Anyway.
Literally, we had a fax machine for a couple of years when we started the business, because literally we had one client
Yeah,
that would send faxes.
yeah.
And
We still use fax every once in a while.
and literally we finally convinced them, like, if you scan and email that, it'd be a whole lot easier. And they tried it, and they go, oh, this is so much better. This makes
Yeah.
life so much easier. It's like, yeah, and it makes our life easier because we don't have a dedicated fax line. And it costs us $3 every time to
Yep.
send or receive a fax.
Well, it's weird, though, because we get a lot of faxes from medical places doing, like, child checks and stuff like that.
Right.
I have no idea why they can't scan them in and email them.
Well, here, I do. It's kind of a knuckleheaded reason.
I'm assuming it's something with HIPAA compliance.
Yeah, but there are tools out there that are very inexpensive, because I've set up a couple law offices this way. That gives you the full secure HIPAA compliance sending of that information electronically and not have to do a fax machine.
I guess.
But that's that's the only reason they do it.
Stuck in their ways.
Well, here's what I don't understand
Okay.
about that. And
Okay.
I know what you're saying, and we've had this discussion in our office. It's okay to send a fax that everybody in our office could walk by and pick up and look at, but it's not okay to email it where only the person that's receiving it can see it.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, they're faxing it, but they don't really know where it's going.
Well,
because our
or-
fax machine's like right by our,
Right.
Bree's desk, which is in the middle of the office, so everybody has access to it
Right.
easily. But I'm just like, what if I've been to like offices and businesses where the fax machine's out in the middle where everybody walks by it and all that jazz. And I was like, how do they know it's not going to something like that?
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, because
So what's the distinction there that's helping save that information? Is what I
or they punch in the wrong phone number because
Yeah.
years and years and years, and I'm talking, well, about 1999, 2000, somewhere around in there. Mom and Dad's computer, I found a program on there where you could turn it into an answering machine and a fax machine.
Yeah.
So of course I did that. And showed Mom. I was like, because we kept getting these calls from these fax machines. I said, I'll fix it. I said, just let it print and see what happens. Mom goes, well, what happens? I said, just let it print and we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
It was a business down the road. Their number one anywhere close to ours, but it was some kind of contract deal. Mom started freaking out. I was like, Mom. She threw it away. She was all panicked. I was like, Mom, listen. We didn't send that. That's not our fault that we received it.
Yeah.
That's their problem.
That's funny.
Well, we should be seeing that. I was like, I don't care. That's not our fault. So it kind of freaked her out, but I thought it was funny.
I can't even remember what we were talking about. Internet
Explorer.
Yeah. Justin, now we're talking about fax machines and business contracts and HIPAA compliance. You got us all over the place, man.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
I think at this point, we're so far down the rabbit hole, Justin's completely lost the roadmap.
Yeah. Do you think nobody's going to miss Internet Explorer, right?
Nope.
There's like 3 people.
3 people use it?
Yeah.
Those 3 people. Sorry.
So after...
They probably have Apple phones, too, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they probably still have the old Windows phone.
Yeah.
Fitbits too.
Yeah.
A bag phone and a Fitbit watch.
So after 27 years after the company debuted its browser, the tech giant Microsoft has finally retired Internet Explorer on last Wednesday.
Do they have another one?
Yeah, Edge. Edge has taken over.
Okay.
Which is funny because when Edge first came out, it was a bigger dumpster fire than Internet Explorer, and that was setting the bar pretty high. So they revamped it and is using Chromium, which is an open source of Google Chrome. So it's basically a polished version, or Microsoft's version of Google Chrome.
Huh.
So it's like they finally realized, hey, we can't build a browser app that's worth anything. Let's just copy somebody else.
Because I guess you run into like compatibility issues. Somebody will build a website and then it doesn't work with other browsers.
Yep. Yeah, and that's
Or like won't work with Internet Explorer. Only works with Internet Explorer.
yeah, and that's literally the issue I ran into last month with a customer when they first presented this to me. And that's actually burrows into my tip of the week.
Okay.
So those who are familiar with the Internet Explorer icon, when you now open it, you'll be redirected to the company's newer browser, Microsoft Edge. Last May, the company announced the decision to retire the browser on certain versions of Windows 10 starting June 15th of this year. So Internet Explorer has been the go-to browser for Windows PCs for years before Firefox, Chrome, etc., etc. Users will still see the Internet Explorer icon on their devices, but if they click to open Internet Explorer, Microsoft Edge will open instead, and with easy access to IE mode. Microsoft Edge Enterprise General Manager Sean Ledersey released in a statement to USA Today. Eventually, Ledersey said, IE will be disabled permanently as part of a future Windows update, at which point the IE icons on their devices will be removed. As part of the redirection process, he said users will have their data like their favorites, passwords, and settings imported from IE in an effort to, quote, make a transition to Edge both familiar and simple, end quote. And if a user wants to delete or manage their data, they can do so in Microsoft Edge from the settings menu. So if you try to open up Internet Explorer now, it's going to take you to Edge, and get ready because eventually the Internet Explorer icon is going to make a completely disappearing act.
Interesting.
Yes.
One of our, I won't say staples, but one of our more familiar icons of my generation going by the wayside.
Yep.
Oh well.
So
it happens. Everything's got to be phased out and improved at some point. So
yeah, part of me, I'm glad that Internet Explorer's going away, but the other part of me, I'm kind of sad because I'm part of a couple of IT joke groups, and that's kind of the one that running memes is about Internet Explorer. It's like all that jokes and content's going to go away. Part of my humor is going to go away.
Nah, your humor won't go away, Joe.
Well,
you'll find something.
Oh
else.
yeah, I'll find something else to make fun of, but
yeah, we still got Apple phones.
This is true.
Yeah, I opened up Edge just for giggles and seems totally usable. And have you ever used it, Jeff? Microsoft Edge?
I used the early versions of it back when Microsoft still was taking care of it, and it was like, this is a bigger dumpster fire than Internet Explorer, so I just went back to Chrome and never went back. But now that it's basically a polished version of Chrome, or their version of Chrome, I haven't switched back, but I've heard a lot less complaining with Edge now that it's their version of Chrome.
Yeah. All right. And you said this ties into tip of the week?
Yes, so this
Joe's tip of the week.
Yes.
We haven't had one of these for a while.
I know. Moving on from Internet Explorer.
Okay.
So
How to do that?
yes, so
Well, hold on. How many people do you think you're actually talking to with this tip of the week?
more business customers than you realize.
Really?
I have 2 local businesses right off the top of my head that
You know?
yes.
Okay. All right. So everybody out there, this is an important tip of the week, especially if you're old school and you use Internet Explorer.
Well, or you use software or one of the companies that you deal with, their website or their online software requires Internet Explorer, and that's
Gotcha.
what the case was. Is they didn't want to use Internet Explorer because they preferred it, it's because they had to, because that software vendor's platform was set up for Internet Explorer and hadn't been updated.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, like these are like billion-dollar corporations. It's like you can't tell me you don't have the money to upgrade that. But that's a story for another day.
Yeah.
So if you are a diehard Internet Explorer fan and you have to move on to Edge or Chrome or Firefox or any of these browsers, here's some tips to try. First, try these websites on your new browsers. It may just work just fine. If you're using Internet Explorer because that's what you're familiar with, more than likely 99% chance you're going to have 0 issues with your sites working.
Yeah.
However, if, and mostly on a business sense, but it probably may be some consumer sites as well, if you do, if you work with a website that requires Internet Explorer, luckily Microsoft has built into Edge Internet Explorer mode. It's a compatibility mode that will let the Edge browser work with Internet Explorer settings. So that should be able to get you around that. And Microsoft actually has an article for you to be able to read on how to put your browser in Edge or IE mode. And that's docs.microsoft.com/en-us/deploy-edge/edge-IE-mode. And that'll give you the instructions on how to do that. And it's a very quick, simple setup to do. And if you do run into that issue if you're doing business with a company that requires Internet Explorer, reach out to them and see why they haven't upgraded Internet Explorer or what their plans are as far as upgrading from Internet Explorer, because they have to do something at some point. And this may be their only solution at this point, just to run in Internet Explorer mode on Edge. But one of the big stay away from, avoid, no-nos, whatever you want to call it, do not, under any circumstances, because I just see Dave makes, we talk about my little magic 8 ball of COVID.
Yeah.
Well, here's my magic 8 ball of Internet Explorer. I can guarantee you there will be some kind of virus-infected add-ons or programs claiming to be the Microsoft Internet Explorer update. Download this update and you can run Internet Explorer forever. Don't do it. Don't download any add-ons. Don't download any other updates or third-party apps that claim to run just like Internet Explorer, because there's a good chance it's a virus, it's malware, it's nothing good.
Yeah. This is done and just accept it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Microsoft has already addressed the compatibility issue. It's already built into Edge, so there's literally no need to be getting any third-party apps or different programs to do this, because all you're going to do is you're going to set yourself up for trouble and end up calling me or your local IT people.
Just give it up.
Yeah.
Internet Explorer.
It is what it is.
There's better options out there.
Linus, it's time to give up the blanket.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not that hard to switch to Google Chrome or something, so, or to go to the new Edge.
Right. Well, I mean, it's one of these
So, yeah,
have-tos.
don't fight those battles.
Right. Don't be stubborn in your ways of refusing to change. I know change is hard for a lot of people, but there's at some point the risk is not worth the reward.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Good tip of the week. Anything else you need to add on there?
I think that pretty much covers it.
Now, you use Edge, right? Quite a bit.
I use Chrome mostly.
But I mean, I've seen it here on this computer.
Yeah.
So you're familiar with it enough. It's going to be suitable to replace it easy, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I
if
mean-
anybody has any misgivings out there, just go to Edge or Google Chrome.
Yeah, Edge, Chrome, Firefox. At this point, you can't go wrong with any of them.
Firefox is pretty old, right?
Yeah, but Firefox, they are big on security.
Yeah.
Yeah, Firefox, it's an open source deal, and they've been around forever, and I cannot say enough good things about Firefox.
Interesting.
My only issue with Firefox, with what I do, is sometimes they're a little too secure.
Right.
So that's my only complaint, but it's not really a complaint. It's I applaud them for doing that, for being that secure, although it just makes my job harder at times.
Yeah. When you need to bob and weave through technology, it won't let you.
Yeah, Firefox is going, you can't do that. I want to do that.
I know what I'm doing. Let me do this.
Yes. yeah, they're being like me. He's like, no, you shouldn't be doing this. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. No, you don't. You don't want to do this.
Who wins that battle?
Me, because I go to a different browser.
Actually, they won, so like, yeah.
Yeah.
You're going somewhere else, buddy, if you want to take those kind of risks.
Yeah.
We don't support that type of behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're incorrigible, Joe.
Yeah.
You're kicked out of Firefox. Okay. All right, tip of the week. That's a good one. So, end of an era. Wow. Internet Explorer. Make the switch.
Yep.
All right. You covered a lot of good stuff there, Joe.
Yep. Good show.
I know Justin had us all over the map with everything, so I can't even remember what the first one was. I know Fitbit, T-Mobile, Fitbit. So poor Fitbit users, and then and now good old Microsoft and Internet Explorer. I liked your tombstone thing, Justin. To me.
That was awesome.
Pretty good. Pretty neat stuff to see. But well, Joe, if anybody needs to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of you or Cena?
You can give us a call at our office at 304-927-3588. Check out our website at amdigitaltech.com. Follow us on social media on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram at amdigitaltech for all that. And be sure to subscribe to the podcast, Help Desk with Joe and Dave. We're on all the major platforms, and all of our episodes are hosted by Anchor.fm.
And what I
Nailed it.
like... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Justin.
Oh, he nailed it.
Nailed it.
He's got that down.
He's got it down. I mean, he's had 106 shows in, man. Better have it down. But, what I like is you and Cena utilize the products that we talk about, and the tips of the weeks come from your personal experience for the most part. And for the average consumer out there, that's valuable information.
Oh, yeah, that's why whenever I sell something, if I either use it myself or I do enough research, it's like, okay, use this or stay away from this, because I always put myself in the consumer's shoes, or try to say, if I don't feel comfortable using it myself, I'm definitely not going to say, well, you have to have this,
Right.
because it just never turns out well.
Yeah. So good stuff there. And, of course, A&M Digital Technologies, support them. They're a local business here, and they support all our patch stuff and they keep everything turning behind the scenes. I had a computer issue on my work computer last week, Joe, and you took it for a day, brought it back, and working smoothly.
That's what
So,
I like to
yeah.
hear.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff you guys see and see to believe. So if you need any computer help, you have any questions about T-Mobile, which I know, Joe, you and Cena are users of.
Yes.
Fitbit, can't
Yes.
help you much there other than just you got to wait it out, welcome, and sit there with your iPhone and just wait. But, any of that kind of stuff, because, you're familiar with our Garmin watches and your Wise Watch, and we give those out during our fun races. You guys
And
sponsor that.
I
which
just
is
ordered
awesome.
another one, so it's coming in for the next race.
The Splash and Dash.
Dash and splash. Yep.
Dash and Splash.
Ooh.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So gearing up for summer with our fun runs. And, all kinds of good stuff. So support our local businesses here. Support A&M Digital Technologies. They keep all the wheels turning behind the scenes here at Patch. So we'll be back next week for show 107.
There we go.
And I'm sure we'll have some more good stuff. So make sure you join us and enjoy the rest of your week. It's going to be getting back to warm, but right now these days are super nice.
Yep.
Okay. Well, everybody out in Facebook land, have a great day. Have a great week. We'll be back next week for Help Desk with Joe. And for myself, Joe, and Justin, we'll be back.